The drama begins, showing the female lead, Mirai. Mirai is a very influential and unattractive girl, constantly bullied by her classmates because of her unattractive face and weight. If she ever tried to confront them, all the children would lock her in the washroom and laugh loudly at her. Meaning, Mirai's life was already completely bad, and nobody in the entire school liked her. After enduring all this, Mirai decides to lose weight. Then, working day and night, she finally loses weight. Not only that, she also surpasses all the students in her studies, thinking that now everyone will befriend her and she will be able to live a normal life. But Mirai's heart breaks the day she goes to propose to her high school crush. What happens is that Mirai asks her crush an important question and confesses her feelings, but the boy rejects her without any hesitation and starts insulting her. The boy says to Mirai, "How can you even think that I would date you? Have you ever seen your face in the mirror? The whole class calls you a monster, and you dare to propose to me?" He further says, "Forget befriending a girl with a monster face like you. I wouldn't even want to stand with you for 2 minutes. So it would be better if you don't tell anyone in school that you proposed to me. Otherwise, I will be disgraced in the whole school." Saying this, the boy tears up Mirai's important question and leaves. After he leaves, Mirai's heart breaks very badly. She thought that getting good marks in exams and losing weight would fix everything, but nothing like that happens. Because of this, Mirai's self-confidence starts decreasing day by day. In Korea, beauty is given the most importance, which Mirai completely lacked. Because of this, Mirai decides to commit suicide. She stands on a bridge, but then someone comes and stops her. Now, who was it who saved Mirai's life? We will find out later. Then the story is shown in the present time, in which Mirai has grown up. Because of a lack of self-confidence, she hides her real face from everyone. She is going somewhere with her mom. Mirai's mom takes her to a plastic surgeon because Mirai's mom understands all her troubles. She wants Mirai to start her college life with a beautiful face so that nobody makes fun of her, and she can also live a normal life. In Korea, plastic surgery is not a big deal because even jobs are given to those who are visually beautiful. But what Mirai is getting done is not just nose surgery or any small thing, but a complete face plastic surgery. After this, her entire look will change, and this very thing will create many problems for her later because she is going to hide this from everyone. Then we see that after a few days, Mirai's surgery is finally complete. Her mom is very happy and explains to her, "Whatever you have faced from childhood till now, everything is going to change after tomorrow." Seeing her mom so happy, Mirai also becomes very happy. Next, she goes to a perfume store because she has been very fond of perfumes since childhood. Finally, here we are shown Mirai's face, which has completely changed after plastic surgery. Mirai has now become extremely beautiful, which brings back her lost self-confidence. Regarding Mirai's dad, he doesn't know anything about her plastic surgery. From the beginning, he liked his daughter's natural face more, so he has always been against plastic surgery. But Mirai has secretly had the surgery done without her dad's knowledge. Finally, Mirai starts her new college with her new face. Here, we are also shown her childhood friend, who knows her secret, that is, her plastic surgery. His name is Jung, who is in the science department. In college, Mirai starts interacting with many people. Rather, everyone is impressed seeing Mirai and starts asking for her number. Mirai is totally shocked to hear this, because before this, no one had ever asked for her number. Seeing all this, she becomes even more confident. Because Mirai is very fond of perfumes, she chose the chemistry department. When she is going to get her ID card from the seniors, her eyes fall on another group. In this group, there is a boy, Yunan, who has a cool personality. The second is Jongbun, who has a sweet nature. The third is Jihan, who has a normal nature. When all of them start looking at Mirai, Mirai introduces herself to them, and they all quickly become friends. Then another girl enters, whose name is Sua. She has a fake personality, meaning she only considers herself the most beautiful. She absolutely cannot tolerate any boy giving attention to any girl other than her. Then, the main character of our drama enters the college, whose name is Do-kyun. He is very handsome and is from the chemistry department. All the senior girls are impressed by him at the very first time, but his nature is quite composed and silent. When Mirai sees Do-kyung for the first time, she is impressed by his handsome personality. Then all the chemistry department students introduce themselves to each other. First, Do-kyung introduces himself and tells his name. Mirai is shocked to hear this because she also knew a boy with a similar name who was her middle school classmate. Then Sua says to Mirai, "Now it's your turn. Introduce yourself." Mirai is a little nervous but comes forward and introduces herself in front of everyone. Surprisingly, everyone appreciates her as much as they appreciated Sua. At that time, Do-kyung also notices Mirai's innocent nature. In class, Mirai's entire focus is only on Do-kyung. A flashback is shown here in which a boy is shown who was very popular during Mirai's school time. But after some time, he transferred schools because of some research. Mirai starts to fear that he might be her classmate Do-kyung. But then, Mirai is is called to perform a dance from the other team. At first, she is quite nervous but then gives a tremendous dance performance. Seeing her dance, everyone starts making videos of her, meaning everyone is very impressed by Mirai's dance, including Do-kyung. But seeing some of Mirai's dance steps, Do-kyung remembers an old girl who used to be in school. She also used to practice dance like this alone, sitting at the bus stop. Here, the audience understands that Mirai's suspicion was correct, meaning Do-kyung is really her middle school classmate. After the performance, everyone starts shouting Mirai's name loudly. Seeing this, Sua becomes jealous because Mirai has become so popular on the very first day. On the other hand, Mirai is very happy hearing so much praise. Then after going outside to get some fresh air, she receives a call from her mom. Mirai becomes emotional seeing the phone and starts crying. Her mom asks her, "Are you okay? Is anyone bothering you?" Mirai remains silent, but then tells her mom, "I am very happy, more happy than I ever thought I would be." Hearing this, her mom also feels relaxed and is happy for her daughter. Then Mirai receives a video call from her dad. At first, she is shocked, but then she gathers the courage to talk. But her dad doesn't recognize her. Mirai says to her dad, "I am a friend of Mirai. I will get you to talk to her when she returns." Her dad agrees and ends the call. Next, Do-kyung sees Mirai leaving with Chan-woo, a senior. While Mirai is in the restroom, Chan-woo, after some flirting, says, "Be my girlfriend." But then Chan-woo locks the door and tries to stop Mirai. Just then, Do-kyung comes from behind and forcefully pushes the door, causing Chan-woo to fall. Do-kyung had already understood that Mirai is an innocent type of girl, so he didn't like her going with Chan-woo. Chan-woo gets up angrily and says to Do-kyung, "How dare you touch your senior?" Do-kyung says, "I was just opening the door. It must have accidentally hit you." Then Chan-woo leaves without arguing. But before leaving, he says to Mirai, "Come with me." Hearing this, Do-kyung immediately says to Mirai, "Don't go with him." Mirai listens to Do-kyung and says to Chan-woo, "I will come back myself." After this, Chan-woo leaves without saying anything. Do-kyung asks Mirai, "Are you alright?" Mirai answers yes. Then she says, "If you also want to rest here, you can." After that, Mirai starts to leave. Then Do-kyung stops Mirai by calling out to her from behind and directly asks without any hesitation, "Are you from Jordan Middle School?" Hearing this, Mirai is totally shocked. She doesn't know what to say and how to react. Mirai starts thinking to herself what she will say when Do-kyung himself speaks up. "Forget it, it's nothing, because there was a girl with your name in my previous middle school." Saying this, he leaves. So Mirai says to herself, "I knew this middle school guy was the same Do-kyung, who was very popular in school because of his looks, because he was very handsome. Then suddenly one day he left school and transferred to another school." Thinking this, in the present she starts following Do-kyung and decides in her mind that she will pretend that she doesn't know him. Then Mirai tells all this to Young and asks her, "If Do-kyung asks me the same question next time, what should I say?" Young tells her, "Your father didn't recognize you in the video call, so how will he recognize you?" Lee. Then Mirai remembers an incident. When she was sitting at the bus stop and singing and dancing, Do-kyung had also come there. When she turns towards him, she sees that Do-kyung is smiling at her. The next day, parents of new students are called to college, for which Mirai is very nervous. She calls her mother and asks, "Where is Dad? And how is his health?" As soon as she sees her father in front of her father doesn't recognize her. He thinks that she is the same senior who talked to him on a video call that day. He immediately says to Mirai laughing, "You look exactly like my daughter, and your voice is also like hers. What a coincidence." Mirai nervously tells him, "I am Mirai." He doesn't believe that his daughter has had surgery behind his back. To hide this, Mirai also apologizes to her father, but her father finds this very bad, so he leaves. When Mirai tries to stop him from behind, her father says, "I don't know you, miss." Mirai's mom consoles her saying, "Don't worry about all this, I will explain to your father when we get home." Mirai remembers that no matter what others said, how much her father loved her. He never judged her because of her appearance. Even they had a photo in a taxi which he used to carry around. In the present, in their car, her father tries to remove that photo, but he is unable to do so. When Mirai goes to her classroom, the senior boy Chen Woo is there. He asks Mirai to come and sit next to him. When Mirai asks him, "What are you doing here?" So the boy says, "I came to meet you, and I forgot to take your number. If you need any help with your studies, you can tell me. I also have solved question papers from previous years. I can give them to you." When Mirai's other friends hear this, they say, "Give us some too." Then the senior refuses both the girls, saying, "There's a special relationship between Mirai and me." Then he asks Mirai to go to lunch with him. Even there, he tells Mirai the same thing, "I like you." Hearing this, Mirai chokes on her food. Sua is also watching all this from a distance. As soon as Mirai gets up and starts going to the washroom, Sua comes there and says to the same senior in a flirty tone, "Can I sit here? Is this place reserved for someone?" Chen Woo lies to her and says, "No, No, there's no one here. I'm having lunch alone. So Sua says to him, from the first day I liked your personality very much, but maybe you like me, Rai, and you both look good together. But I am a little sad about it, but don't think too much about me. Hearing this, Chen Wu starts thinking more, because he also starts liking Sua. As soon as Sua leaves after saying all this, and Mirai arrives, he says to her, from today, we are just friends. Nothing can happen between us. Forget everything I said to you. Mirai is surprised and thinks that this boy is crazy. Then, as that senior is about to leave, Do-kyung is sitting 2 seats behind. He had seen and heard everything, so he straightens his leg, causing Chen Wu to fall down after hitting it. He did it intentionally, yet he says, sorry, it happened by mistake, because he wanted to teach him a lesson with his actions. When the senior gets up and goes to hit Da-kyung with a chair, Mirai comes in between. When she tries to stop him, Chen Wu pushes Mirai. Da-kyung is behind, who catches Mirai. At the same time, things also fall from Mirai's bag. Then the class president comes there and stops Chen Wu from fighting. Mirai picks up her bag and leaves, but her perfume remains there, which Do-kyung picks up. After this, Sua meets Mirai and asks her, are you okay? Then she asks her, do you like Chen Wu? Mirai tells her, I don't like him. He himself was saying that he likes me. Then suddenly, I don't know what happened. He started saying that he doesn't like me. To look good in Sua's eyes, she says, that senior is a very bad boy. It's better to stay away from him. And from now on, whatever problem you have, you can tell me. I am your friend, right? Mirai also falls for her words. After this, all the students go to the chemistry lab, where the assistant teacher Woo Young tells everyone to use chemicals carefully. Next day, when Do-kyung is taking soda from the machine, Sua comes behind him and says, I also like soda very much. So Do-kyung says to her, then buy it yourself. Just then, Mirai is passing by with her friends. Seeing her, Do-kyung goes to her, which Sua doesn't like at all. He takes Mirai aside and gives her perfume. Then Mirai says to him, don't tell anyone about my secret about how I looked before, and we are both from the same school. I am the same Mirai you are thinking of. I had plastic surgery. After this, a girl asks, Sua, is the secret to your beauty plastic surgery? So Sua says, no, I haven't done anything like that. But there is a girl with us who is very beautiful, just like a doll. Mirai, have you ever done anything like that? Hearing this, Mirai gets very nervous. She doesn't know what to answer. Sua intentionally asked Mirai this question in front of everyone to embarrass her, because seeing Mirai, everyone already thinks that she has had plastic surgery. Do-kyung hears all this and comes to Sua and says, are you having a lot of fun with this? Sua pretends that she didn't understand anything. So Do-kyung says to her, don't act, I'm talking about what you were doing just now, sitting there. Hearing this, Sua says, I didn't say anything intentionally, and leaves crying. Mirai, supporting Sua, says, why do you always interfere between us? So Do-kyung says to her, don't you have a brain? Don't you understand what's going on? Saying this, he leaves. In the next scene, Chen Wu again bothers Mirai. So Mirai starts crying, remembering his words. Just then, Woo Young is passing by. Seeing Mirai, he asks, what are you doing here alone? Did something happen? Mirai says, I'm not feeling well. As Woo Young starts giving her water, Mirai remembers Chen Wu's words. To gain sympathy in their first meeting, he had also given her water, so she drops the water bottle. Meanwhile, Do-kyung also arrives there looking for Mirai. He comes between the two and says to Mirai, what are you doing here? Come on, I'll drop you home. He starts to take Mirai's hand, then Woo Young says, I don't know how close you both are, but you can't forcefully take someone like this. Then Mirai also says to Do-kyung, leave my hand. You can't touch me like this whenever you want. Saying this, she leaves. On the other hand, we see Mirai crying, telling Young all this. She says, I wanted to lead a life like a normal person, so I had plastic surgery. But even before the surgery, nobody respected me because of my looks. And now after the surgery, people are making fun of this very thing. Young says, that's not true. Sua must have done all this intentionally. She wanted to make you feel embarrassed. Young already had doubts about Sua's actions, but Mirai couldn't understand this. She says, Sua told me that she didn't know. The next day, when Mirai reaches college, she feels that the students around her are talking about her looks. She feels that everyone knows that she has had plastic surgery. She starts thinking all this in her mind and feels that her life is going to be as difficult as her childhood. When she is in class, Do-kyung sits next to her and asks her, do you think too much about your looks? His question was very accurate, so Mirai takes him aside and talks to him. She says, are you interfering too much in my problems? Can you stop doing all this? Anyway, anyone can tell by looking at my face that I've had plastic surgery. Do-kyung asks her, but why did you get it done? Mi-rai is a little surprised by this question and says, where did I have any other option? He asks again, why do you think so? Mi-rai says, since childhood, I was very unattractive. I never even dreamed that I would ever look as beautiful as Sua. I wanted everyone to treat me normally. Do-kyung asks her, do you judge others based on their looks? You should have had brain surgery, not face surgery. Hearing this, Mi-rai gets angry and says, it's none of your business what I think about whom. Saying this, she leaves. Mi-rai goes to her mother. Then, her mother is talking to her father on the phone. As soon as Mi-rai arrives home, her mother forgets to end the call by mistake. Mi-rai asks her mother, where is dad? And she also brings her father's favorite dumplings. Her mother says, your father has gone out for work, so he won't be coming today. Don't worry too much about him. Then she asks, why did you come here suddenly? Did something happen? Mi-rai lies. Nothing happened. But her mother understands that something must have happened. Her dad is listening to all this on the call. At night, while sleeping, Mi-rai shows her mother some college videos. Seeing this, her mother is very happy and says, everyone will now understand your true value, how intelligent and cute you really are. I hope this college year of yours is very memorable and full of happiness. Hearing this, Mi-rai says, I'm very sleepy, and hugs her mother and falls asleep. Her mother explains, everyone has struggles in life. From a distance, it will seem that everyone is happy, but everyone is fighting with something or the other. On the other hand, Mi-rai goes to Do-kyung, thanks him, and offers lunch. She says to Do-kyung, you were right, I used to judge people based on their looks, because according to me, I am very unattractive. It's very difficult for me to live this life. You, being a handsome boy, won't understand this. Do-kyung also apologizes to her for being rude that day. Then he indirectly asks Mi-rai, who told you that I am handsome? Or do you think that I am handsome? Hearing this, Mi-rai blushes and says, what kind of question is this? You have been very popular since middle school. The next day, Do-kyung's classmate asks him, are you and Mi-rai old classmates? So Do-kyung says, who told you? So he says, Mi-rai told Sua, and Sua told everyone. When all the students are in the lab, Siak asks Mi-rai, you forbade me from telling these things, and now the whole college knows. When Mi-rai is doing a test with chemicals in the lab, her hand gets slightly burned. Do-kyung asks her, show me your hand, what happened? Just then, Woo-young also comes there and sees Mi-rai's hand. Seeing this, Sua feels very jealous. After a while, she intentionally goes to Mi-rai and says, let me help. As soon as Mi-rai hands her a flask of hot chemical, Sua intentionally drops it on her foot. Seeing this, all the students in the class immediately run and come. But Do-kyung doesn't pay that much attention, which Sua doesn't like at all. After this, as Mi-rai goes to remove a piece of glass from near Sua's foot, both Mr. Woo-young and Do-kyung stop her. Both were very worried about Mi-rai, but not so much for Sua. Seeing this, Sua becomes even more jealous. She thinks that I did all this just to get attention, but still, everyone is worried about Mi-rai. Do-kyung sees Woo-young holding Mi-rai's hand, so he feels jealous. Sua later thanks Do-kyung for the help, so he says, I didn't do that for you. Then he doesn't even look at her once, because if Do-kyung cares about anyone, it's only Mi-rai. Therefore, he asks Mi-rai, are you okay? Mi-rai says yes. He asks her, did that chemical glass really fall from your hands? Mi-rai says, yes. Then he leaves. After he leaves, Mi-rai thinks, I gave the glass properly in the morning. Then how did it break? Then we see that a meeting related to Perfume is held in college with Do-kyung's mother, Miss Hana, because their professor is friends with Miss Hana. Just then, Woo-young comes. So the professor introduces Do-kyung's mother and says, this is the one whose perfume sample I gave you last time. Hearing this, Do-kyung's mother is very impressed with Woo-young's talent. On the other hand, Mi-rai is very sad about her father. Therefore, she asks her friend Young to click a picture of her. Then she sends those pictures to her father because she used to send such photos even before the surgery. But this time, her father doesn't react. When both friends are returning from college, they feel like someone is following them, but as soon as they turn around, there is no one there. Next, we see that Mi-rai goes to a big perfume sample event with her friends, which she won from an online competition. There, Mi-rai meets Woo-young. Woo-young is very happy to see Mi-rai. Then, Mi-rai introduces her friend Young to Woo-young. Young likes Woo-young from the very first time she sees him. Then, Do-kyung's mother also comes and sits next to these three. Mi-rai is shocked to see this, because she was the one who stopped Mi-rai from committing suicide. But because of Mi-rai's plastic surgery, Do-kyung's mother does not recognize Mi-rai at the moment. And also, Mi-rai doesn't know yet that she is Do-kyung's mother. We see that Sua is working part-time at a restaurant. Many people are coming to the restaurant again and again to see her. Then Sua's friend comes and says, I want to show you something interesting. Mi-rai asks, what is it? So Sua's friend shows her an album of Mirai's middle school student photos. Seeing this, everyone falls silent. Then, in the middle of the event, Do-kyung's mother personally meets Mirai and asks, "When did your interest in perfumes start? I mean, when did you dream of becoming a perfumer?" Mirai says, "When I was in middle school, I read a magazine article written by you. I was very inspired after reading that article." Do-kyung's mother says in the event's speech, "All the people in the world only run after outward beauty. They like people by looking at their faces. But scent is such a beautiful thing that we can feel even without opening our eyes." Hearing this, everyone starts clapping loudly for Do-kyung's mother. At that time, Sua and her friend are checking the album of middle school photos, but they don't find any photo of Mirai in it. Sua's friend says, "How can it be that there is not a single picture of Mirai? So does this mean that Mirai didn't look like a monster before the surgery?" Thinking this, Sua becomes silent. On the other hand, Mirai takes Do-kyung's mother out for drinks after dinner. Both of them talk a lot. Then finally, when Mirai is about to tell Do-kyung's mother, "I am the girl you saved years ago," Do-kyung comes there to help his friend. Seeing Mirai drinking with a lady, he is about to go to her when his eyes fall on his mother with Mirai. Seeing this, he is shocked and stops there. On the other hand, his mother is also surprised to see her son after so many years. Mirai tells Do-kyung's mother, "He is my classmate." But then Do-kyung angrily says, "What are you doing here?" Do-kyung's mother says to him, "How big you have become." But without even listening to his mother, Do-kyung leaves angrily. After he leaves, Do-kyung's mother tells Mirai, "He is my son." Hearing this, Mirai is also shocked. After a while, Do-kyung's mother says goodbye to Mirai and leaves. Sitting in the car, she starts remembering all her old memories, how she used to spend time with her son Do-kyung years ago. Remembering all this, she starts crying very loudly in the car. On the other hand, Do-kyung also gets lost in his old memories. When he was young, his sister was also young. Then Do-kyung's mother tried to harm herself. She used to say, "Let me go from here." Do-kyung's dad tried to stop them. Remembering all this, Do-kyung closes his sister's eyes. Next, we see that Mirai comes to her class where Do-kyung has already arrived. He sits directly next to Mirai, and all the classmates notice his behavior. In fact, Do-kyung asks Mirai to talk privately, to which Mirai agrees, and both of them come out after class. After coming out, Do-kyung asks Mirai, "What were you doing with that lady yesterday?" Mirai smiles lightly and says, "I met her for the first time yesterday at the Perfume event." Do-kyung says, "So, do you sit down for drinks with anyone after meeting them for the first time?" Mirai says, "Nothing like that," and asks him, "Are you all right? I mean, I was worried about you." Do-kyung starts saying angrily, "Mind your own business and don't tell anyone in college about this, because you very easily tell everyone your secrets, like you told Sua about both of their middle school secret." Mirai says, "Don't worry, I won't say anything this time." Do-kyung says, "It would be good if you do that because I hate people who break their promises." Hearing this, Mirai doesn't feel good at all. She says, "I also don't like people who take out their anger on others," and then leaves angrily. In the next scene, Do-kyung's mother calls Mirai. She asks Mirai for some help, to which Mirai agrees. In the next scene, Do-kyung receives a message from Mirai, which says, "Can you meet me tomorrow?" Seeing this, Do-kyung slams his phone on the table. In the next scene, Sua's eyes fall on the window, where she sees Do-kyung and Mirai standing together. Mirai smiles and asks, "Do-kyung, will you come for drinks with me after college?" So, Do-kyung also smiles and says yes. Next, we see when Mirai and Jung are going back home together. Then both of them hear some strange sounds from behind. As soon as both of them turn around, they see someone running away from there. Seeing this, Mirai starts chasing that person. Jung calls the police. Then Mirai finally catches that person, but he is a teenage boy. At the police station, he tells everyone, "When I saw Mirai from behind, she looked like a celebrity. That's why I was chasing her, and I only did this today. I mean, I never came after her before." Hearing this, Mirai forgives the boy. Then Mirai's father comes running there angrily and says, "Who is the one who chased my daughter?" Seeing this, Mirai is shocked. The police officer asks Mirai's father, "What were you doing here?" So he says, "I just came to see if my daughter reached home safely or not." Hearing this, the police officer lets Mirai go with her father. Then Mirai talks to her father a little bit on the way, meaning Mirai's father has forgiven her after scolding her. Later, Mirai messages Do-kyung to meet. Then he asks Mirai, "Do you want to go with me?" And Mirai says yes. Both go to a bar for drinks together. There, Do-kyung apologizes to Mirai for his bad behavior that day. to which Mirai says, "It's okay." Then Mirai starts drinking a lot of shots continuously, seeing which Do-kyung asks Mirai, "Are you alright?" So she says, "Yes, I have something important to talk to you about, but please don't get angry." Then Mirai starts talking about his mother. "Don't you ever feel like meeting your mom?" Hearing this, Do-kyung says angrily, "Oh, you called me for drinks to talk about this?" Do-kyung's mood is off, but Mirai still tries to explain to him. She tells her and her father's story. "When my dad found out about my plastic surgery, he got very angry. He was against my surgery from the beginning. Because of this, he even stopped talking to me. No matter how angry our parents get with us, they don't stop worrying about us." Meaning that even though my dad was angry with me, he was worried about me and used to follow me every day, just to see if I reached home safely or not. Meaning, the man who was following her every day was none other than Mirai's father. Hearing this, Do-kyung also remembers the scene when he met his mother after years, meaning Do-kyung also starts feeling a little pity for his mother. Then Do-kyung asks Mirai, "Why were you so serious about your surgery that you had it done secretly from your dad?" Mirai says, "I had to get the surgery done to gain confidence in myself." In the course of conversation, Mirai says to Do-kyung, "You also made fun of my face once." Hearing this, Do-kyung is shocked and asks Mirai, "When did I make fun of you?" Mirai says, "Forget it, you won't remember because it's a long time ago." But Do-kyung insists, "No, tell me, when did I make fun of you? Otherwise, I won't let you go home without telling me today." Then, Mirai reminds Do-kyung of the bus stop scene when he laughed at her face. Hearing this, Do-kyung lies, "I remember that day well, but I laughed not at your face, but at your dance moves. I had never seen anyone dance like that before." Then Do-kyung says to Mirai, "I remember when you were in your school uniform. I laughed a little one day, but that too, only because of you." Hearing this, Mirai becomes silent and both of them start looking at each other. Then both are going home. Mirai had drunk too much, so she is completely unconscious. She is not even able to walk properly. Do-kyung tells her to walk straight, then suddenly Do-kyung grabs her hand and pulls her towards him. Mirai stops suddenly, and Do-kyung is also a little shocked to see her so close. He says, "You were about to hit the car, so I stopped you." Hearing this, Mirai thanks him. Then both are at the bus stop. Do-kyung says, "Can you show me those dance moves again that I saw that time?" Mirai says, "I don't even remember." Do-kyung says, "I remember," and then starts doing her dance moves himself. Mirai asks, "If you hadn't laughed at me that day, why did you ask about my perfume at school? I mean, did you like that perfume?" Do-kyung says, "I asked only because I hate the smell of perfumes very much." Then he tells Mirai, "My mom used to spray that perfume on herself like crazy at home, and a few days later she left me and my sister." Hearing this, Mirai becomes silent. Then Do-kyung asks, "Shall I drop you home?" Mirai says, "No, I will go myself." When her bus arrives, Do-kyung quickly says, "Bye," and leaves, and Mirai starts looking at him from behind. Then Mirai calls someone and says, "I tried very hard to convince Do-kyung, but he is still very angry with me." Hearing this, Do-kyung's mother says thanks to Mirai and says, "It's okay, everything will be alright one day." When Mirai reaches college, she sees Do-kyung standing near the soda machine, so she also stops there and starts looking at him. Then she thinks, "Why am I looking at Do-kyung? I mean, since I know that he is not a bad person, why is he attracting me so much?" Then Do-kyung also sees Mirai, and Mirai is shocked. She is about to turn back and leave when some people are carrying their luggage, due to which Mirai ends up going towards Do-kyung. Do-kyung asks Mirai, "Did you reach home safely?" Mirai says, "Yes," and then she also asks him, "Did you sleep well?" Then she thinks to herself, "Why am I asking such stupid questions?" Do-kyung asks Mirai, "What's your plan for coming to the festival? I mean, will you come?" Mirai directly refuses and says, "I'm busy these days because of some work." Then she laughs and leaves. After she leaves, Yuna comes and asks Do-kyung, "Are you ready to be a waiter on behalf of the department?" Do-kyung learns that Mirai is not coming to the festival, so he also refuses directly and leaves. Now Sua and her friend accept the waitress job, but now Mirai is left, who was not going to come to the festival earlier, but after Yuna's insistence, she finally agrees and gets ready to come to the festival. In the next scene, the festival is being discussed. The seniors discuss the uniform and decide that the skirt will be part of the uniform. Sua and her friend agree, but Mirai says, "If the uniform has a skirt, please keep its size a little bigger, because I am a little tall." Everyone accepts her point. Do-kyung's father tells him, "Your mother has returned from Korea, so you shouldn't try to meet her." Hearing this, Do-kyung is about to leave, but his father says, "Do you remember that your mother had an offer because of which she left us? So it would be better if you only listen to your dad." Hearing this, Do-kyung leaves angrily. In the next scene, Mirai has come to a bar with her friend and Woo-young. Do-kyung hears Mirai's laughter, and he immediately goes directly to Mirai and stands there. Do-kyung feels jealous seeing Mirai drinking with Woo-young. Then he asks Mirai, What are you doing here? Hearing this, Mirai becomes silent. Do-kyung starts looking at her angrily. Then we see that Do-kyung also joins the three of them. In the course of conversation, Do-kyung learns from Woo-young that Mirai is going to the college festival as a waitress. Hearing this, Do-kyung asks Mirai, "You told me that you wouldn't go to the festival?" To this, Mirai says, "My department needed my help, so how could I refuse?" Then Woo-young says, "When my unpacking is complete, I will have a housewarming party for Mirai and Jung." Hearing this, both of them become very happy, but hearing about the vacation, Do-kyung makes a sad face and starts staring at Woo-young. Woo-young asks him, "Do you also want to come to the party?" So he asks him, "Why did you only invite these two?" Woo-young says, "Because these two live near my new house. These two are my neighbors." Hearing this, both become silent. Do-kyung stays at the party because of Mirai's presence, so he speaks to Woo-young privately. "I also want to come to the party." Woo-young is surprised to hear this and says, "I didn't know you were so friendly." Then Woo-young leaves. The festival starts in college. Everyone is making preparations quickly. Mirai's seniors bring the waitress uniform for her and her friend. But after wearing the uniform, Mirai feels that it is very tight. Sua and her friend don't mind, but Mirai feels quite uncomfortable. Similarly, the other girls standing there also don't like this uniform. They all start arguing with their seniors, but the seniors don't care. They only want to make a profit from the festival. To make this moment memorable, they also click pictures of the three of them. Mirai starts to leave on the pretext of a headache from her senior because of her old classmate's presence at the festival, so that her classmate doesn't recognize her. But the senior says, "If Mirai leaves, who will replace her?" Then Do-kyung says, "I will work as Mirai's replacement." Hearing this, everyone is surprised. Sua and her friend are also surprised to see him at the festival and say he wasn't going to come to the festival, so why is he here now? Seeing his childhood friends, that classmate instantly recognizes Do-kyung and says, "Hey, this is my middle school classmate." Hearing this, Sua gets excited and says, "Then you must know Mirai too, because she was also in your class." Hearing this, he starts looking at Mirai carefully. Mirai is very worried and scared and tries to leave quickly, but seeing her reaction, Do-kyung asks her, "Are you okay?" But before Mirai can say anything, Sua comes there and grabs Mirai's hand and takes her to that classmate. And then that classmate asks Mirai, "Are you the same Mirai from Jaden Middle School?" Mirai is forced to accept, "Yes, I am." Hearing this, he laughs and then says, "Then you must know me too, because I was also in your class." Mirai reluctantly says, "Yes, I know you." Mirai tries to leave, but then he asks her, "Do you still hate me?" Hearing this, everyone becomes confused. That classmate tells everyone, "In school, Mirai proposed to me because she had a one-sided love." Hearing this, his friends are surprised and say, "Really? Such a beautiful girl liked you?" That classmate confirms, "Yes." Then he says to Mirai, "Accept this in front of everyone." But Mirai refuses and tells him to leave. But he tells everyone in school used to call Mirai monster. Hearing this, everyone is shocked. Mirai angrily says, "I don't even want to talk to you for 2 minutes." Then, controlling her emotions, she starts to leave. But as she leaves, tears well up in her eyes and she quickly runs away. That boy also starts to leave, but as he leaves, Do-kyung says to him, "Hey you garbage heap, pay the bill first." Just as that classmate had named Mirai monster, Do-kyung named him garbage heap. Mirai tells everything to her friend Young on call. Hearing this, Young is quite shocked. Then Mirai thinks, "No matter what I do, I can never change my past." On the other hand, after the festival is over, everyone is packing their things. Then Sua intentionally starts talking to Do-kyung about Mirai. She says, "He was saying that Mirai's classmate looked like a monster? I don't think she was so ugly before the surgery." Hearing this, Do-kyung replies, "Mirai was not ugly, but very cute." Sua asks in surprise, "Really?" Do-kyung says a little angrily, "Yes, Mirai was very cute even before the surgery." Then he leaves. But Sua doesn't like Do-kyung's words at all. Meanwhile, Mirai is going home. Then she receives a call from Do-kyung's mother. She asks to meet Mirai, and Mirai agrees. Both meet at an ice cream shop. Then Mirai receives a message from Do-kyung, "Are you okay?" But because of her bad mood, Mirai ignores his message. Then, finally, Mirai tells Do-kyung's mother, "I was the girl you saved from committing suicide." She says, "But because I have had complete plastic surgery on my face, you are not able to recognize me." Then a flashback is shown. Mirai is standing on the edge of a bridge, about to jump, when Do-kyung's mother comes there and stops her. She explains to her, "Don't lose your belief by listening to others. Your life is only in your hands, not anyone else's." Remembering this, Mirai becomes emotional and starts crying. Do-kyung's mother finally remembers that night. She silences Mirai. Do-kyung's mother explains to Mirai, don't make a mistake in choosing your life partner. Look at the options before choosing one. Hearing this, Mirai feels a little relaxed. In the next scene, Mirai's mom and dad are going to meet Mirai with a lot of food. Woo Young starts helping them to lift their luggage. Mirai's parents are quite impressed seeing this. Mirai's mother says, I also want such a son-in-law for my daughter. Meanwhile, everyone spends good time together and also gets many photos clicked. In the next scene, Mirai comes to the festival after Young's persuasion. Then she sees Do-kyung there. Mirai starts ignoring him a little. Then another girl explains the game rules to everyone and says, everyone will have to choose their partner. Do-kyung directly says, I will not follow the game rules. I will choose my partner myself. That girl asked, okay, so tell me, who is in your mind out of these three? Everyone thinks that Do-kyung will point towards Sua, but shockingly, he points his finger towards Mirai and says, only Mirai is in my mind, so I only want to go on a blind date with her. Hearing this, Mirai is completely shocked, because no one expected Do-kyung to say this. Then suddenly, a glass of juice falls on Mirai, making her top wet. Sua's friend says to her, we have an extra shirt in our club, wear that. Then Mirai starts going there. Do-kyung says, I will also come with you. Seeing this, Sua also says, I will also come. But Mirai refuses Sua and asks Do-kyung to come along. Then both of them are in the club room. Do-kyung finds a shirt and gives it to Mirai and is about to leave, but there is a problem in the door lock, due to which both of them get locked inside. Mirai calls Sua and her friends who are sitting outside, but no one picks up her call. Do-kyung had left his phone outside. Outside, Sua's mood turns sour seeing them leave, so she leaves. Yuna gives Do-kyung's phone to Sua's friend. In the club, Do-kyung says to Mirai, I'll turn my face, you quickly change your top. But Mirai was feeling shy, so Do-kyung starts the countdown. Change quickly. So Mirai changes quickly. Then both of them talk a lot there. Then some seniors come outside and open the door, so both of them come out. Do-kyung says to Mirai, now finally I have a friend. Mirai is shocked by this statement. So Do-kyung says, I have you. Then the fireworks start there, so Mirai becomes happy seeing this. On the other hand, Sua finds out Do-kyung's information and then starts planning something. The next day, Sua's friend spreads Do-kyung's family information in the entire class, so everyone is talking about Do-kyung. When Do-kyung comes to class, Sua gives him his phone. So seeing his family picture, Do-kyung understands that Sua has spread all these things. So he says to her, you turned out to be worse than I thought. Sua becomes silent, hearing this. When Do-kyung is in the library, Sua's friend apologizes to him, I spread rumors about you, so forgive me. So Do-kyung realizes that he blamed Sua without reason, so he meets Sua and apologizes. Then Sua says to Do-kyung, become my friend, because I also don't have a mother. I've only told you this, so keep it a secret. Then both of them go to the festival party. On the other hand, Mirai has come to the hospital to meet Do-kyung's mother. Their director tells Mirai, due to an incident, she has lost her sense of smell. Then she thinks of messaging Do-kyung and telling him about his mother's condition. Do-kyung was with Sua, but he goes outside to attend this call. So then Mirai tells him about his mother's condition and also tells him about her loss of sense of smell, at which Do-kyung is shocked, because he didn't know anything about his mother's condition. Mirai asks him to meet his mother, but Do-kyung refuses. Mirai still sends him the hospital address. In the next scene, Do-kyung has come to meet his mother. He is watching them from outside. His mother is talking to her director, seeing which Do-kyung thinks, this is the same person whom I saw hugging my mother last time. But after listening to their conversation, Do-kyung realizes she is just a friend of my mother who is already married. After listening to their conversation, Do-kyung realizes that what his father had told him about his mother was all a lie. Then his mother sees him outside and calls him inside. She is happy to see her son and apologizes for the past incidents. Do-kyung says, what to apologize for? So she says, I wasn't with you during your good and bad times. For you and your sister, that's why. Then we see a flashback. When she was working day and night to become a perfumer, then Do-kyung's father forced her to leave her job and concentrate on her family. On the other hand, Do-kyung's father also comes to know that Do-kyung went to meet his mother. He calls him repeatedly, but Do-kyung doesn't pick up the call. Then, after his mother falls asleep, Do-kyung comes home. As soon as he comes home, his father asks him, why did you go to meet your mother? So he says, why did you lie to us that mom had an affair? And asks him about his mother's loss of smell. So dad tells him, it happened accidentally with me. Then we see a flashback. Do-kyung's father was very drunk. He is talking to Do-kyung's mother about leaving her job, but she is not agreeing. Hearing this, he angrily slapped Do-kyung's mother hard, causing her to fall, and due to internal injury on her nose, she lost her sense of smell. Do-kyung gets very angry at his father. He says, "You spoiled all our lives." Then Dad angrily tells him to leave the house. So Do-kyung really leaves home. In the next scene, we see Mi-rai spending good time with her family. In the next scene, we see Mi-rai at Woo-young's house party, where Do-kyung also arrives with a large LCD and gifts it to Woo-young, which surprises everyone. In the next scene, we see Woo-jin telling Do-kyung, "Your dad has blocked all your credit cards." Hearing this, Do-kyung becomes sad and says, "I can't go to a food party without a gift." Then he starts looking at Woo-jin's belongings, after which we see that he takes an LED TV for food and brings it to Woo-young's party. He gives him the LCD and says, "It's not brand new, but it's not very old either." Hearing this, everyone starts looking at Do-kyung in surprise. We see that the housewarming party starts, where Young and Mi-rai are very impressed by Woo-young's cooking. Mi-rai starts praising his cooking with a smile, seeing which Do-kyung cannot bear that Mi-rai is impressed by someone else. So he removes Woo-young and starts doing absurd things himself, seeing which all three are quite surprised. Then Mi-rai sees the guitar kept by Woo-young. She and Jung start insisting Woo-young to play the guitar, in which Do-kyung stares at Mi-rai like a cat. After much insistence from both, Woo-young starts playing the guitar very well, which all three enjoy very much. Jung starts smiling looking at Woo-young, but Woo-young smiles looking at Mi-rai. Mi-rai smiles looking at Do-kyung from a distance, so he also starts looking at Mi-rai secretly. After dinner, Mi-rai starts washing dishes, seeing which Do-kyung doesn't like it at all that his Mi-rai is washing utensils like Woo-young's wife. So he removes Mi-rai and stands there himself, saying, "I will wash the dishes myself." But Do-kyung has never done this kind of work before, so he is not able to open even the dishwash bottle. Seeing this, Mi-rai removes him and starts washing the dishes herself. Then Woo-young asks Jung and Mi-rai to watch a movie together, to which both happily agree. Then Do-kyung says, "But Mi-rai, both of us have to go to watch a movie too." Mi-rai silently starts looking at Do-kyung. He says, "Did you forget?" To this, Mi-rai, feeling a little guilty, says, "Oh yes, we had to go." Do-kyung says, "Then let's both go together after college." Mi-rai thinks for a while and agrees to watch the movie. In the next scene, Do-kyung asks Ho-jin for money to watch a movie, so Woo-jin gives him $10. Hiding this, Do-kyung says, "I need $50 because we have to eat popcorn and dinner too." Hearing this, Ho-jin's senses are blown away because he doesn't have that much money anyway, and Do-kyung is directly asking for $50. Therefore, he asks him, "Tell me honestly, are you going on a date?" So Do-kyung says, "Yes," something like that. Then he snatches Ho-jin's wallet and takes the money from it. Then we see that Mi-rai, after getting very nervous, leaves college and reaches the theater. Do-kyung is standing to one side there, waiting for Mi-rai. As soon as Mi-rai sees Do-kyung, she stops there and, like before, starts staring at Do-kyung again from one place, how handsome he looks. She keeps looking at him non-stop. Then Do-kyung sees Mi-rai. He asks Mi-rai, "What are you doing standing here?" Mi-rai laughs and says, "Oh, you're here? I didn't even see you." Then she starts laughing foolishly. By then, Do-kyung has already taken snacks and popcorn and is paying the bill there. Seeing this, Mi-rai asks him, "Why are you paying the bill for everything yourself?" Do-kyung casually says, "It's okay," and moves on. Mi-rai doesn't like all this at all, so she starts giving Do-kyung half the money. But Do-kyung refuses to take the money and sits down, turning his face away, meaning he starts getting a little angry at Mi-rai's behavior. To fix the situation, Mi-rai says, "We should also take photos of the tickets for assignments." Do-kyung says, "Okay." First, he takes a picture of himself with the ticket, and then, seeing an opportunity, secretly takes a picture of Mi-rai as well. Both go inside and sit in their respective seats. Mi-rai quickly takes out her copy pen from her bag and starts waiting for the movie to start. Seeing this, Do-kyung stares at her angrily, wondering what she is doing. But Mi-rai, laughing, wishes Do-kyung good luck for the assignment and turns her face forward. While writing a review in the theater, Mi-rai's eyes suddenly fall on Do-kyung, who is silently sitting and comfortably watching the movie. Then Mi-rai starts feeling attracted towards Do-kyung and tries her best not to look at him. But still, her eyes cannot be removed from Do-kyung. The same situation is happening with the girl sitting next to Do-kyung. She is also looking at him non-stop. When both of them look at each other from behind, Mi-rai is shocked and quickly sits down on the other side. Then she thinks, "What was I doing?" Then Mi-rai's hand touches the boy sitting next to her, so that boy starts staring at Mi-rai. Seeing this, Mi-rai quickly moves back and sits straight. A little later, Do-kyung asks Mi-rai, "Don't you want popcorn?" Hearing this, Mi-rai thinks that if she takes the popcorn and accidentally touches his hand, it will become a perfect movie scene, meaning then he will start feeding Mi-rai popcorn with his hands. Therefore, Mi-rai quickly comes to her senses, takes out 2 straws from her bag, and starts eating the popcorn with them. Seeing this, Do-kyung gets irritated and asks Mi-rai, "What are you doing?" Mi-rai casually says, "You just said take the popcorn, so I am taking it." After the movie, Do-kyung asks Mi-rai for dinner. "Would you like pasta?" Mi-rai thinks to herself, this is the same dish that normal couples eat on their dates. Then Mi-rai becomes confused about what to answer him. Seeing Mi-rai silent, Do-kyung asks, "If you don't like pasta, we can eat something else." Hearing this, Mi-rai quickly says, No, I eat everything." After that, Do-kyung takes Mi-rai to a restaurant and sits down comfortably to calculate his budget. He only has $37 left, and if he orders expensive pasta with a cold drink, it will cost $40, which is over budget. Thinking this, Do-kyung becomes tense. But luckily, Mi-rai orders not an expensive dish but a cheap dish, which fits Do-kyung's budget. Even Mi-rai's drink order is simple, leaving Do-kyung with an extra $7, which is enough to go back home. Seeing this, Do-kyung feels relaxed. After ordering, Do-kyung wants to see Mi-rai's written review. Mi-rai asks, "Why?" So Do-kyung says, "I want to see your handwriting." Hearing this, Mi-rai becomes a little quiet and making an excuse says, "I'll be right back." Then she goes to the washroom and starts thinking, does Do-kyung consider me only a friend? Because until now, it doesn't feel like friendship. Does he really like me? When she comes out of the washroom, Q is asking Mi-rai for her birthday date. Q says, "Now that we are both friends, I should know your birthday date, right?" But Mi-rai starts evading the question and does not tell her birthday date. Seeing this, Q gets irritated and says, "Okay, if you are not telling me your birthday date, then don't tell Woo-young either." Hearing this, Mi-rai becomes silent. After dinner, Mi-rai starts paying the bill herself, to which Do-kyung says, "I myself asked you for the movie and dinner." Then he angrily leaves from there. Then we see that when both of them come out, it has started raining. Mi-rai quickly runs and buys an umbrella from a shop, but there is only one umbrella left. Mi-rai gives the umbrella to Do-kyung and says, "I will run and reach the bus stop myself." But Q is not the kind of guy who would take the umbrella himself and let Mi-rai get wet. Therefore, without much argument, he gives the umbrella to Mi-rai and starts walking alone in the rain. Seeing this, Mi-rai does not feel good at all. After that, Mi-rai is forced to go home with Do-kyung under the same umbrella. There, Mi-rai says, "You come inside too, otherwise you will get wet too." Do-kyung hesitates a little, but then he also comes inside. When both of them start walking together, Q asks Mi-rai, "Didn't you put on your usual perfume?" Then he casually says, "Because you hate me, right?" Mi-rai immediately says, "No, that's not true at all." Then Do-kyung tells her, "That day I went to the hospital to meet my mother." Hearing this, Mi-rai becomes very happy. Then he thanks Mi-rai wholeheartedly and says, "Now you can wear your perfume again." Hearing this, Mi-rai starts looking at Do-kyung, and Do-kyung is looking at her. Do-kyung goes to Woo-young's office and asks to become his roommate. He says, "But there is a condition." Then he states his conditions. "You have to pay $20 rent every month and you have to do the housework." Hearing this, Do-kyung becomes silent. He thinks, "How can I do housework?" Woo-young says in a strict tone, "If you don't do the housework, you will have to pay an extra $30. Hearing this, Do-kyung quickly says, "Okay, I will do the housework too." And then the deal is finalized between the two. In the next scene, Mi-rai comes to Woo-young's house with some snacks sent by his mom. While Mi-rai is taking out the snacks from her bag, she sees Do-kyung coming out of the bath from behind. Suddenly, Mi-rai is shocked to see Do-kyung. She asks in surprise, "What are you doing here?" He casually replies, "Now I also live here." Hearing this, Mi-rai is even more shocked. He sits comfortably on the sofa, and Mi-rai is still looking at Do-kyung in confusion. Then Woo-young tells her, Do-kyung is his new roommate. He left his dad's house. Hearing this, Mi-rai is quite shocked. In the next scene, Mi-rai has come out to put out the garbage. Then Do-kyung also comes to put out the garbage. When Mi-rai is putting the cans in the basket, Do-kyung also starts putting the cans in the basket, which makes Mi-rai nervous because Do-kyung was standing very close to her. Therefore, she says to Do-kyung, "You put the cans in the dustbin first." So Do-kyung agrees. Then on his turn, Do-kyung is putting the cans in the bin without folding them. Therefore, Mi-rai is about to press the cans with her foot, when due to her foot slipping, she starts to fall, but Do-kyung catches her from behind, which shocks her. Then Do-kyung asks her, "Are you okay?" So she says, "Yes, but her foot is slightly sprained." Therefore, he forcefully makes her sit and starts checking her foot, but Mi-rai feels awkward. Therefore, she quickly goes to her house. The next day, Do-kyung comes to the market for breakfast, but he only has some coins. So he comes out of the market where he sees a coin dropped. He thinks, "If I pick it up, I will have breakfast." So when he is about to pick up the coin, Mi-rai comes there. Seeing her, Do-kyung stops, and then they start going to college together. Later, seeing the bus fare, he starts walking to college because he didn't have any money. Seeing this, Mi-rai feels very bad for him. In the next scene, Do-kyung's mom calls Mi-rai and asks her to meet. When Mi-rai is standing outside waiting for her, Do-kyung also comes there and asks her, what are you doing here? So Mirai says, I have a meeting with someone. He asks, with Woo Young? So Mirai says, no. Then he asks Mirai, do you like Woo Young? So Mirai, shocked by his question, says, why are you asking this? So Do-kyung says, if you don't like him, tell me. So Mirai says, yes, I don't like him. Then Do-kyung's mom arrives there. So seeing them, Do-kyung asks Mirai, were you waiting for them? So she says, yes. Then Do-kyung tells his mom, I also live here. I left my dad's house. So his mom says, your dad told me. Then she asks him to have dinner together, to which Do-kyung agrees. Then coming to the restaurant, Do-kyung starts eating quickly, so his mom tells him, eat slowly. Then Do-kyung also asks them to order beer. Then all three of them drink and enjoy. After drinking, when the three of them come out, Woo Young sees them there and invites Do-kyung's mom home. Then after coming home, all four of them start drinking. Mirai feels very good seeing Do-kyung happy with his mom. Then, due to excessive drinking, Mirai gets drunk and lies down there. So Do-kyung's mom wants to lift her. Then both Woo Young and Do-kyung say to them, let's carry Mirai on our backs. Do-kyung's mom doesn't understand at first whom to ask to lift Mirai. Then she has Mirai carried on Do-kyung's back. Then, after dropping Mirai off at her house, both of them leave from there. While leaving, Do-kyung's mom asks him to stay with them, but Do-kyung refuses because now he wants to do something on his own. Then, her mom happily gives him some money and says, give Mirai the medicine, and I don't have change, so keep the rest. So Do-kyung takes the money from her. Before leaving, Do-kyung's mom hugs him and becomes emotional, but then says goodbye and leaves from there. The next day, when Mirai is going to college, she is tired due to drinking. Then Do-kyung stops her, gives her medicine, and says, my mom told me to give this to you. So Mirai takes the medicine. Then both of them start waiting for the bus together. Do-kyung asks her, are you okay? So she says, yes, thanks for dropping me home yesterday. So Do-kyung says, from now on, you won't drink more than 3 glasses in my presence. So Mirai shockingly asks, what do you mean? So Do-kyung says, I don't want anyone but me to drop you home. Hearing this, Mirai is quite surprised. Then both of them get on the bus. Then Mirai meets the same boy who followed her that night, thinking she was a celebrity. After that, the two of them sit and start talking to each other, and the boy keeps praising Mirai. Seeing this, Do-kyung does not feel good at all. Then the boy asks, Do-kyung, who are you to Mirai? On this, Do-kyung directly says, I am Mirai's boyfriend. So it would be better if you don't get too close to Mirai. Hearing this, Mirai is very shocked, and the boy, seeing Do-kyung's super nice and protective behavior, leaves directly from there. After he leaves, Mirai asks Do-kyung, why did you say you are Mirai's boyfriend? To which he says, it's true. I mean, I became your friend, boyfriend-girlfriend. Hearing this, Mirai becomes silent. She remembers all these things in college and thinks that Do-kyung might like her. Therefore, while staring at Do-kyung, she starts muttering to herself, do you really like me? Do-kyung also starts looking at her, upon which Mirai becomes confused, and he acts as if nothing happened. When Do-kyung is going to the cafeteria with Woo Young, he overhears Woo Young and Mirai talking on the phone, who is forcefully asking Mirai for lunch. Then we see that Woo Young is having lunch with Mirai in a restaurant, and in conversation, he asks, are you interested in dating any boy? Upon which Mirai gets a little nervous and says, even after having so many pretty girls in the department, why would everyone like to date me? To which Woo Young says, but according to me, you are the prettiest girl in the department. Hearing this, Mirai becomes silent and says, but I have had a lot of surgery done on my face. Hearing this, Woo Young says, I don't care about all these things. You are still pretty. Getting surgery done is not a bad thing. Hearing this for the first time, Mirai feels so comfortable with someone. Then, when Do-kyung comes out after lunch, he sees Mirai with Woo Young, which makes Do-kyung jealous. But suddenly, due to Woo Young's class starting, he quickly says goodbye to Mirai and leaves from there. After he leaves, Mirai gets a call. After the call, she learns that she has an interview today for the job she applied for. Hearing this, she becomes very happy. Then So-ah and Do-kyung also come there from behind. Do-kyung asks Mirai, shall we go home together? So-ah gets a little confused about this. Then Mirai says, Do-kyung and Woo Young are my neighbors. Then she tells Do-kyung, I have to go for an interview, so I can't go with you. Then Do-kyung jokingly says, so can I also come with you for the interview? Because I also need a job. Mirai says, okay, I'll give you the number, you ask them directly. But Do-kyung says, no, please. You ask them because we are both friends. Can't you do that much for me? Hearing Do-kyung's words, Sua doesn't feel good at all, so she says goodbye to both of them and leaves from there. Then we see that both Mirai and Do-kyung give the job interview and pass successfully, making both of them very happy. Then we see that both of them join a furniture store, where during work, both keep secretly looking at each other. Then Do-kyung's sister Kay comes there. Seeing this, Do-kyung goes away from there to talk to her. Seeing all this, Mirai starts thinking, who is this girl after all? A little later, Kay introduces herself, and Mirai learns that she is Do-kyung's sister. Then, Mirai says hello to her. Kay asks her brother, do you both live together? I mean, are you both boyfriend-girlfriend? Mirai immediately denies it. Then Kay says, because of low marks, Dad is going to send me abroad. Do-kyung says to his sister, don't worry, I will talk to Dad about this. Then, Do-kyung shares lunch half-half with his sister, seeing which Mirai is very impressed. Then we see that Do-kyung and Mirai receive a message about their daily income, seeing which both of them become very happy. And Do-kyung got the job with Mirai's help, so he asks Mirai to throw a party. Then a party is going on at Woo-young's house. Woo-young and Do-kyung have a wrestling competition. Both of them give their best to win to impress Mirai. But sometimes Do-kyung is about to win, and sometimes Woo-young. Neither of them gives up. And finally, after giving his all, Woo-young wins and Do-kyung loses in front of Mirai. Seeing this, Do-kyung feels very insulted and starts making fun of Woo-young. Seeing this, Mirai tries to calm him down and says, next time you will definitely win. Seeing this, Woo-young doesn't feel good. Meanwhile, Mirai is getting ready and leaving for college. Then she sees Do-kyung standing silently somewhere and stops. And then, as always, Mirai stands there staring at Do-kyung. After Do-kyung calls out to her, both of them go to work together. Then when both of them are at their job, i.e. the furniture store, Mirai's parents come to meet her. Seeing them, Do-kyung comes to meet Mirai's parents and greets them. Seeing this, Mirai's parents keep staring at him. Then Mirai's dad asks him, what is your relationship with Mirai? To which Do-kyung tells them, she is my closest friend. Hearing this, they are quite surprised. Then, after leaving from there, they say, how can he be so handsome? I mean, he should become an actor in movies. After meeting their daughter Mirai properly, when Mirai's parents are going home, they overhear two girls making fun of Mirai's plastic surgery. Hey, did you see this girl? She's a total Gangnam Beauty. Then Mirai's parents become silent, then coming in the car both start laughing loudly. They think that both girls were praising Mirai's face together, calling her Gangnam Beauty. Therefore, both of them say, now we will also do Gangnam style. In the next scene, Do-kyung learns that his sister has also left his dad's house, so he goes to her and asks her to pack her things and then takes her to his mom's house, who is very happy to see them. In the next scene, Woo-young asks everyone in the group chat to play baseball, to which Jung-han replies. Do-kyung also sees this message but doesn't reply. Then Jung forces Mirai to come and play baseball. Do-kyung calls Mirai to confirm that she is also coming to the indoor club, but Mirai doesn't notice the call. Then Do-kyung comes to the indoor club and starts looking for Mirai. Mirai is playing the baseball game very well. Then Do-kyung also comes to them. Mirai is happy about making her high score. Then seeing Do-kyung in front, she gets shocked. Do-kyung asks Woo-young to arrange a match and then asks Mirai, why weren't you answering my call? Mirai says, I didn't notice the call. Then seeing Woo-young playing well, she starts cheering him up, which Do-kyung doesn't like. Then after Woo-young, Do-kyung plays baseball and scores the most. Do-kyung sees that Mirai is not cheering him up, so he becomes sad. After the match, when Woo-young pays the bill, Mirai also starts paying the bill, but Woo-young holds Mirai's hand and stops her from paying the bill. Seeing this, Do-kyung gets jealous. After that, they are all drinking. Do-kyung asks Mirai, were you upset that I lost? Mirai says, that's the reason when you weren't here, I had a high score, so I was happy. But you came and spoiled all the mood, and then leaves from there. Then after going home, Young asks Mirai, what did you mean by your behavior? Mirai says, I don't want anyone to know that I like Do-kyung, because then other people will make fun of him, so I want to stay away from him. Then, when both of them come to work, Do-kyung asks the reason for yesterday's incident, but Mirai doesn't tell him anything. Then, So-ah also joins the job there. Mirai helped her get the job. At lunchtime, So-ah comes to have lunch with Do-kyung. So Do-kyung says to her, why did you come here? So-ah says, I want to work with both of you. Do-kyung says, I know you dislike me, so stop pretending. So-ah says, I just want to be close to you, but if you are unhappy about me working here, I won't come here from tomorrow. Then, Do-kyung leaves from there. In the next scene, Do-kyung's teammate Park asks him, are you interested in Mirai or So-ah? Then, smiling, he says, I wish there was a girl whose face was like So-ah's and body like Mirai's. Do-kyung gets very angry at Park, but he starts leaving. But Park says, didn't Mirai also get surgery done on her body along with her face? Mirai also overhears this while standing outside. Do-kyung punches Park for insulting Mirai and comes out. Seeing Mirai standing there, he understands that Mirai has heard everything. Park is still speaking ill of Mirai, so Do-kyung grabs his collar and tells him to keep quiet. Mirai is telling Do-kyung not to fight, when Park says, I am not interested in a cheap girl like Mirai. Then Do-kyung takes him to the washroom and starts beating him. After that, all three of them are at the police station. The officer asks them to reconcile, so Park says, until he touches my leg, I won't agree. Do-kyung says, sorry, I should have hit you on your mouth so you wouldn't be able to speak. Park says, now I will definitely file a case on him. Mirai, supporting Do-kyung, says, I should file a case on you because you insulted me. Then, at the shop, another girl complains to the owner about Park. So the owner fires Park. He informs Mirai, so Mirai tells Park, now you don't have a job either, because another proof has been found against you, so we should file a case on you. Then Do-kyung's mom also comes there. Then the three of them are going together. Do-kyung's mom consoles Mirai, so Mirai starts crying. So she explains to Mirai, you haven't done anything wrong. Then Do-kyung also starts calming her down. After that, we see Mirai and Do-kyung going home. Mirai thanks him for today and says, don't fight for me next time. Do-kyung says, I should have beaten him more. Then Mirai says goodbye and starts leaving. Then Do-kyung tells her, if someone says something to you next time, I will take your side even if you forbid me. Mirai says, if you say that, I'll understand something else. And then smiles and starts leaving. So Do-kyung stops her and asks, do you like me? Hearing this, Mirai is shocked. She doesn't understand what to say now. After thinking for a while, she simply says, nothing like that, meaning, we are just friends, and I have never considered you more than a friend. Hearing this, his heart breaks silently. Therefore, he asks Mirai again, then do you like someone else? Mirai says, no, and says that she only wants to focus on her studies. Therefore, she hasn't thought about dating anyone yet, and then she acts completely normal in front of Do-kyung and leaves from there. The next day, after hearing Mirai's answer, Do-kyung gets very angry because he is getting a complete rejection feeling. Therefore, he doesn't answer any of Woo-young's questions. The next day, Do-kyung's mom tells everyone, our company is doing a perfume program, so anyone who is interested can come to me and confirm. Then, Do-kyung also comes to class with a new hair color, seeing which everyone is surprised, including his mom. Therefore, after the lecture, she takes him aside and asks him the reason for all his changes. But Do-kyung doesn't tell his mom anything and quickly leaves from there. Accidentally at college, Mirai bumps into Do-kyung. Do-kyung also starts looking at Mirai, so Mirai praises his hairstyle and quickly moves on from there. Tater. Next we see Mirai preparing for the exam, but as soon as she looks ahead, Do-kyung is sitting there, who has changed his hair color back to the previous one. But Mirai ignores him, lowers her gaze, and starts studying. Then, when Do-kyung sees Mirai, he starts thinking something. When Mirai looks again, he is gone, which makes Mirai upset. Then we see Sua signing up for the lab program. Do-kyung also arrives, causing Sua to ask, are you also here to sign up? But Do-kyung completely ignores her and leaves. Do-kyung then signs up for the lab program, excluding only Mirai. So when she's going home, Do-kyung stops her and asks to talk for a while. Do-kyung asks her to join the lab program. Mirai says, I want to go home during the summer vacation, so I can't join. Then Do-kyung explains, this lab program is very important for you, so don't miss this chance. After much persuasion, Mirai agrees. They then plan dinner, where Do-kyung says, I have something important to talk to you about. Mirai thinks for a while and says yes. Then the perfume lab activity begins, where everyone has to smell the perfumes placed in front of them and write a report. Everyone thinks for a while and starts writing, but Mirai is the first to submit her edited report. Everyone is surprised and starts praising Mirai. They call Mirai a perfume expert. Sua gets irritated hearing all this praise. When Mirai looks towards Do-kyung, he is still ignoring her. After the lecture, everyone goes to a bar where Hojin works part-time. Mirai sees Do-kyung arrive at the bar, but instead of joining his classmates, he sits alone. Hojin asks him the reason for sitting alone, and Do-kyung says, I'm used to being alone. Then his friend calls Do-kyung, and at first he doesn't go, but at everyone's insistence, he goes. They talk for a while. Then Sua's friend asks everyone, what's your ideal type? And says, I like guys with a really cool personality. Then she asks, Sua, what kind of guys do you like? To which she replies, someone who likes me. Then Sua's friend asks Mirai the same question. What type of guy do you like? Do-kyung also starts listening attentively. So Mirai says, not necessarily that, but I want to date an ordinary guy, not a handsome or famous one. Hearing this, Do-kyung doesn't feel good at all, and he gets up and leaves without saying anything. But when he comes outside, he sees that it has started raining, so he goes to buy an umbrella. Then he remembers Mirai, so he takes 2 umbrellas, one for himself and one for Mirai. He's about to go back to the bar to give the umbrella to Mirai when Sua meets him outside, but seeing the umbrella in his hand, she says, this must be for Mirai, it can't be for me. To which Do-kyung angrily says to Sue, When will you stop playing this game? So Sua asks him, why are you always so rude? I just like you and want to date you. Just then, Mirai arrives, and Sua quickly hugs Do-kyung. Then she asks, do you still not feel anything for me? Mirai, standing there, sees all this and is shocked. Do-kyung also sees Mirai, but before he can say anything, Mirai angrily leaves. After Mirai leaves, Do-kyung quickly pushes Sua away and runs after Mirai. But then Sua stops him and asks, do you really not feel anything for me? To which he says, I think you should be admitted to a mental hospital, you're mentally disturbed. Sua doesn't feel good at all hearing this. Meanwhile, Mirai is walking quickly in anger, and then stops somewhere, puts her hand on her heart, and is about to cry. Then a hand from behind covers Mirai under the umbrella and asks, are you okay? Mirai turns around and starts looking at Do-kyung. Then Do-kyung asks, why did you run away from there? Mirai says, because you were with Sua. Do-kyung explains to Mirai, I have absolutely no interest in Sua. Then he asks, are you sad? But Mirai, without answering, starts saying, you're torturing me by ignoring me. Do-kyung grabs Mirai's hand and says, don't beat around the bush. Just tell me, how do you feel? Mirai asks, what? So Do-kyung tells her, I like you. I know you like me too. So let's date. Hearing this, Mirai is surprised and says, but why would a guy like you want to date a girl like me? Then he asks, what do you mean by a guy like me and a girl like you? Mirai explains, you can't even imagine what people will say if we both date. Do-kyung then says, just tell me, how do you feel about me? Mirai says, you're just a friend to me, and you can never be more than a friend. Do-kyung asks again, just tell me the truth, how do you feel about me? Mirai says, we can never be together. People at school used to make fun of my face, and now they call me Gangnam Beauty. Hearing this, Do-kyung gets very angry and says, I'm just asking how you feel about me. Why are you so worried about other people's opinions? Mirai says, other people's opinions are important to me. If I stay with you, my life will become even more difficult, so we can never date. Hearing this, Do-kyung feels very bad, and he says, so it means I didn't have a chance from the start? She says, yes. Then, letting go of Mirai's hand, Do-kyung stands silently and walks away. Mirai also starts leaving. Both are very disheartened. Mirai sits down somewhere and starts crying very badly because she never thought everything would end so suddenly. Do-kyung is also feeling a very bad heartbreak. He also looks back at Mirai, but she is gone. Then he also silently walks away. And when Do-kyung sees Mirai, he says, if you're thinking that after last night we're still friends, then I'm sorry, we can't remain friends. But I will wait for you, and then leaves. Hearing this, Mirai becomes very sad and stands there. Then we see that Mirai's mom and dad go to her house to meet her. There they meet Do-kyung's mom and his sister, Kay. After that, everyone introduces themselves to each other, and both families go to have lunch together. There, Mirai's mother, praising Do-kyung's mother, says, you look so young and beautiful, just like a Gangnam Beauty. Do-kyung's mom is surprised to hear this, so Kay laughs and says, my mom has never had plastic surgery. They call Gangnam Beauty someone who gets surgery done on every part of their face. Hearing this, Mirai's parents are very shocked, and sitting in their car, they become sad, thinking that now people will make fun of their daughter too. In the next scene, Mirai is having lunch with Woo-young. In conversation, he finally confesses his feelings. I like you very much. Hearing this, Mirai is quite shocked. Woo-young says, I've liked you since I saw you on the first day of college, but I was afraid to express my feelings. Mirai asks him, but why do you like me? So he says, because you are very pretty. Hearing this, Mirai becomes a little disappointed thinking, does he like me only because of my looks? If she hadn't had surgery, would he even like her? After that, Woo-young explains to her, at first I was only attracted to your beauty, but when I got to know you better, I liked you even more. Hearing this, Mirai is quite surprised. For now, she doesn't give Woo-young any answer. Then both of them go home together. There, Woo-young says, I'll wait for your answer. After thinking for a while, Mirai runs back, stops Woo-young, and apologizes to him, meaning she rejects his proposal. Hearing this, Woo-young becomes very sad and says, I had prepared myself a lot to say all this. I know you like Do-kyung. Still, I wanted to confess my feelings once. Mirai starts repeatedly apologizing to Woo-young. Then, Woo-young explains to her, it's okay. Don't say sorry. Everyone has the right to like or dislike someone. No one can control their feelings. Then he says, I wish you all the best in the future. And Do-kyung is a good person and handsome too. I'm sure he will always take care of you. So Mirai crying says, that's not true. You are also handsome and a good person. Seeing Mirai crying, Woo-young puts his hand on her shoulder and starts calming her down. Just then, Do-kyung also arrives. He's going back to his house, but seeing Woo-young and Mirai standing together, he stops there, and he becomes very jealous because he doesn't like Woo-young touching Mirai. Like that, he starts misinterpreting the whole scene and gets very angry. He thinks that Woo-young and Mirai are secretly dating. So, with his broken heart, he silently leaves from there and sits in a bar and starts drinking non-stop. He never thought that Mirai would date someone else after leaving him, and Woo-young too, after returning home, drinks a lot because it's becoming very difficult for him to forget Mirai. On the other hand, Mirai is also thinking a lot about all this. Then she remembers Woo-young's words, "You and Do-kyung look good together." Remembering this, Mirai says, "It's the first time someone has cheered me and Do-kyung up together." Therefore, Mirai starts thinking a little positively about her love relationship with Do-kyung. Sua is going to the bathroom when she meets Mirai. Here, Sua starts saying bitter things to Mirai. Some people date just to show off and some to put someone down, and then leaves from there. Mirai starts thinking, what's her problem? She was intentionally telling me all this. Therefore, she goes after Sua, and strange sounds are heard from the washroom. Sua is forcefully vomiting to prevent weight gain. When she comes out, she is shocked to see Mirai. Mirai says, "Don't tell me you did all this today." Sua says, "Nothing. I wasn't feeling well. That's why I vomited. Am I crazy to do that?" And then quickly leaves from there. After she leaves, Mirai remembers that when she was in school, she used to vomit like this and throw up all her food. And Mirai says it means Sua is not happy even with her pretty face. In the next scene, Do-kyung says to Sua, "I told you, stop all this drama. But still, you announced in front of everyone that you like me." Then Sua says, "You hate me, don't you? So you shouldn't care what I say." Then Mirai runs back to the lab. Then Do-kyung is talking to Sua. "I feel very sorry for your condition. You are afraid that if I date Mirai, your reputation will be ruined." On this, Sua angrily says, "If you date a girl like Mirai, people will start making things up, which will not benefit Mirai." Then Mirai comes running there and tells Do-kyung, "Let's go with me now." Hearing this, Do-kyung is very surprised. Then Sua tells Mirai, "Can't you see? We are talking about something important here?" Mirai says, "But I have something more important to talk to Do-kyung than you." Then she tells Do-kyung, "Can you wait outside for 2 minutes? I want to talk to Sua first." Then Do-kyung goes out from there. Mirai tells Sua, "I know you don't like me at all and you can't see that Do-kyung is with me, but please don't use Do-kyung like this." Sua asks in surprise, "What do you mean don't use him?" Mirai says, "Do-kyung is the most famous and handsome boy in this college, so you're afraid that if he doesn't date you, your reputation will be ruined. That's the only reason you want to date Do-kyung." Sua says, "Do you even know what you're saying?" Mirai says, "Yes, I know you very well. You were the one who turned Chen-wo against me, and you deliberately invited my old classmate to the festival so that everyone would know about my full-body surgery." After thinking for a long time, Sua accepts all this and says, "Yes, I did all this. But still, I am different from a girl like you who had plastic surgery." To this, Mirai says, "I don't think there's any difference between us. You also deliberately vomit out your food every day, don't you?" Hearing this, Sua angrily slaps Mirai's hand hard. Mirai says, "Good. So this is your real face. I'm seeing Sua's true face for the first time." And saying this, Mirai leaves from there. Then Mirai comes out, where Do-kyung is waiting for her. He asks her, "What was the important thing you wanted to talk to me about?" Mirai says, "Nothing important. I just wanted to ask if your hangover's gone." Do-kyung says, "That's it?" And then Mirai shouts, "Yes, that's all I wanted to ask." Then we see Mirai going back home. In the next scene, Woo-young, drunk, tells Do-kyung, "You know, Mirai rejected me last night. That's why I'm so sad." Hearing this, Do-kyung is shocked. He feels as if Mirai and Woo-young were secretly dating. Therefore, he tries to find out the whole story, but Woo-young is already fast asleep. Then Do-kyung quickly calls Mirai and asks her to meet him outside. Mirai is shocked but says, "Okay, I'm coming," and she quickly runs out where Do-kyung is already sitting on a bench waiting for her. Mirai asks, "Do-kyung, why did you call me here? Did something happen?" Do-kyung asks, "Did you reject Woo-young?" Hearing this, Mirai is shocked and says, "Yes, but who told you this?" Do-kyung says, "Woo-young." Mirai says, "I didn't know he would tell you this." Hearing this, Do-kyung starts laughing and feels a little relaxed. Mirai then says, "But don't you want to know why I rejected him? I only like you." Hearing this, Do-kyung is shocked and starts looking at Mirai. Mirai also starts looking at Do-kyung and says, "I know this is a little awkward because I rejected you twice before and I'm saying this now." Do-kyung smiles and says, "It's okay. I said, I'll wait for you." Then he also sits next to her on the bench. Mirai asks, "So now we're going to date?" Do-kyung says, "Yes, definitely." Both of them blush a lot and can't even look at each other. Then Mirai says, "Okay, bye. I'm going home." But in nervousness, she starts walking in the wrong direction. Do-kyung says, "Not that way, go straight." And then Mirai starts walking straight. Seeing this, Do-kyung starts laughing. Then both are on the stairs. Kyung asks, can I hold your hand? Mirai blushes and says, yes, and both of them start walking holding each other's hands. Slowly, Do-kyung starts smiling looking at his hand, and Mirai is also very happy after going back home. Next morning, when Mirai wakes up, she says, was it a dream? But then she receives a message from Do-kyung, in which he says, let's go to college together? Seeing this, Mirai says, oh, no, it wasn't a dream, and then she quickly starts getting ready. Then Mirai gets ready and comes to the bus stop, where Do-kyung is waiting for her. Both of them start smiling looking at each other. Then we see both of them on the bus. Mirai asks, Do-kyung, did you tell Woo-young about us? Do-kyung says, no, not yet. Mirai says, okay, we'll tell Woo-young about us after a while, otherwise he'll feel very sad. Then she also tells Do-kyung, Woo-young was the first one to cheer up our relationship. Mirai says, please keep our relationship secret for a while. I don't want people to say wrong things. Do-kyung says, if anyone says anything to you, I'll break their face. Otherwise, whatever you want, that's what will happen. Hearing this, Mirai starts laughing. Then Do-kyung says, anyway, no one knows us on this bus. And then he extends his hand, which Mirai shyly holds. Holding her hand, Do-kyung says, don't let go of my hand until we get off. Mirai says, okay, and both of them start smiling. Outside the lab, Do-kyung asks Mirai to go inside first, but Mirai says, no, you go first. Then Yuna comes there and asks, hey, what's going on? Mirai says, nothing, we just met now. Then Mirai thinks, oh, what am I saying? Then Do-kyung goes inside before both of them. Then Mirai, asking Yuna to go inside first, herself uses the washroom as an excuse and goes to Do-kyung. There, Sua is forcefully trying to know the truth from Do-kyung and asks him. Then Mirai comes and says, yes, we are dating. Hearing this, Sua is very surprised. After hearing this, Sua doesn't feel good at all, so unwillingly she says congratulations to Mirai and leaves from there. After she leaves, Do-kyung asks, you were going to keep this a secret, weren't you? Then why did you tell Sua? To which Mirai says, now she won't interfere in our relationship anymore. And don't worry, she won't tell anyone else because of her reputation. Hearing this, Do-kyung says, what's the matter? It seems you've become quite smart. To which Mirai starts laughing. On the other hand, Mirai goes to buy perfume for Do-kyung and gets KS written on it with a heart shape, Kyung's initials. Then she goes to a restaurant to meet Do-kyung, where Do-kyung is already sitting and waiting for Mirai. Both of them secretly come inside so that no one from their department sees them together. Mirai sometimes comes secretly. Do-kyung is watching her. Finally, hiding, Mirai sits on the seat, but she hides her face. So Do-kyung says, if you keep acting like this, people will notice even more. Mirai says, oh yeah. Do-kyung says, we came here together before, then you weren't so nervous. Mirai says, then there was the excuse of the assignment. Do-kyung says, oh, so it was an excuse for you? The truth is, I deliberately came to see a movie with you that day under the pretext of an assignment so that I could spend more time with you. Hearing this, Mirai starts looking at him, and then she shyly leaves under the pretext of going to the washroom. After Mirai leaves, two seniors from their department arrive there. Seeing them, Do-kyung hides Mirai's purse. The seniors ask, what are you doing here? Are you on a date with someone today? Do-kyung says, no, I came alone. Then those seniors go ahead and sit down. In the washroom, Mirai is very happy. She says, am I dreaming? Then happily comes back out. Then Do-kyung signals her that the seniors from their department are still there. Seeing them, Mirai quickly goes back to the washroom and starts thinking, what should I do? Do-kyung, with the help of a waitress, sends Mirai's purse to the washroom and tells her on call, I'm keeping them busy, you quickly get out of the restaurant. Mirai reluctantly has to do the same. Do-kyung keeps talking to the two seniors, and during this time, Mirai quietly leaves the restaurant. After coming outside, Mirai apologizes to Do-kyung that she is making him face all this because of her. Do-kyung says, it's okay, don't worry, I can't see you tensed. Then both of them go back home. Then we see that Mirai also tells Jung about her and Do-kyung's dating. Hearing this, Jung is very shocked and also happy for Mirai. Then she asks, does Woo-young know about this too? To which Mirai becomes silent. On the other hand, Do-kyung, after thinking a lot, tells Woo-young, Mirai and I are both dating. To this, Woo-young says, okay, congratulations. Next day, Mirai and Do-kyung are both walking, hiding their faces from everyone. Both of them look quite strange. Then Mirai tells Do-kyung, let it be, this is looking too strange. If anyone asks, tell them that we both live nearby, so we came together. We won't just be holding hands. To which Do-kyung says yes. On the other hand, at lunchtime, Sua's friend starts asking, Do-kyung, who is that girl you like? And she also asks Mirai, do you have any idea about this? To which Do-kyung says a little angrily, but why are you so interested in my life? She says, because I want to see which girl you're dating after leaving a beautiful girl like Sua. or will she also be pretty? Hearing this, Mi-rai sadly walks away. Seeing Mi-rai go, Do-kyung goes after her and says, if Sua hadn't said in front of everyone that she likes me, no one would have been so insistent on knowing how perfect the other girl is. To this, Mi-rai says, I'm trying to ignore these things myself. Then, Do-kyung, seeing Mi-rai sad, tries to console her. Just then, Do-kyung's mom sees both of them from behind and comes there. Seeing her, both of them are shocked. Do-kyung's mom says, oh no, are you two dating? I mean, why were you both so shocked seeing me? Both of them don't say anything. Then she says, wow, so cute. I'm very happy for both of you. Then Do-kyung asks, weren't you shocked to know this? She says, yes, I was, but I'm also happy for both of you. I always wanted you to date Mi-rai, if you dated anyone. Hearing this, both of them start smiling. When Mi-rai and Do-kyung are going back home, Young calls Mi-rai. She says, I'm going to my parents' house and will come back after a few days. Mi-rai also tells this to Do-kyung, to which Do-kyung says, we can't properly spend time together because we are afraid of people outside. Mi-rai says, so do you want to come to my house? Do-kyung says, it's not a bad idea. Then both of them start smiling. On the other hand, Mi-rai happily comes back home but is shocked to see that her mom and dad are at home. She stops Do-kyung from coming by messaging him and starts waiting for her mom and dad to leave. In the next scene, Do-kyung is still waiting for a message from Mi-rai. Then he receives a message from Mi-rai. Mom and dad have left home. Hearing this, Do-kyung becomes very happy and goes to Mi-rai's house. Mi-rai also goes to her room and quickly starts spraying family perfume. Then Do-kyung comes to Mi-rai's house for dinner and gives her a gift. Mi-rai says, thank God, you didn't bring the TV like last time. Then Do-kyung starts looking at Mi-rai's room and says, last time I laid you on this bed when you fainted. Hearing this, Mi-rai starts feeling a little nervous. Then Do-kyung, seeing the perfume candles kept there, asks, did you make these? Mi-rai says, yes. Like last time, Do-kyung is very impressed by Mi-rai's talent and says, show me how to make them now. Then Mi-rai starts teaching him how to make candles. While talking, Do-kyung asks, when did you start liking me? Mi-rai says, when you told me that you didn't fall on me that day, it was just an accident. From that day on, I started liking you. Then Mi-rai also asks Do-kyung the same question, and when did you start liking me? Do-kyung says, since I saw you nervous on the first day of college. Hearing this, Mi-rai starts blushing. Do-kyung keeps looking at her but suddenly his hand gets burnt. Mi-rai becomes very worried and says, show me your hand. Do-kyung says, nothing happened. But still, Mi-rai forcefully takes him and starts washing his hand with cold water and says, you should have worked a little carefully. Do-kyung, seeing Mi-rai's concern, is very surprised and keeps looking at her. Then, as Mi-rai is going to the fridge to bandage his hand, Do-kyung stops her and hugs her, which shocks Mi-rai very badly. So Do-kyung tells her, you're wearing the same perfume, which I didn't like at all before, but now I'm starting to like it. Hearing this, Mi-rai smiles and says, I also like your fragrance. So Do-kyung says, but I haven't worn any perfume. To which Mi-rai says, but still, you smell good. And then both of them start smiling. Then they cut the cake, which Do-kyung brought for Mi-rai. Then Mi-rai gives him the perfume set that he bought for her. Seeing this, Do-kyung is happy and thanks her. Then Mi-rai says, I'll tell everyone about our relationship. Do-kyung says, think again. Are you okay with this? But Mi-rai says, no, I'm sure about this and want to tell everyone. So then Do-kyung says, okay, and then both of them start laughing, looking at each other. In the next scene, Mi-rai and Do-kyung are talking in class, seeing which the teacher says, you two should make couple perfume. Because of this, everyone starts looking at Do-kyung and Mi-rai. The teacher says, did I say something wrong? Then she says, sorry, I thought you two were dating, and then starts leaving. Then Mi-rai says, no, you're right, I mean, we're both dating. And then Do-kyung says, yes, this is my girlfriend. After hearing this, everyone's reactions are seen. After class, everyone congratulates them. Then Do-kyung and Mi-rai are having lunch in a cafe. Then we see Mi-rai seeing a group of school students having lunch together and says, before, I also wanted to live my school life like everyone else, because I always saw others enjoying themselves. And she says, I'm not saying that I wanted to hang out with boys. I just want to say that I never enjoyed school life like everyone else did. Then Do-kyung says, but it's not too late yet. Let's do everything you couldn't do before. Hearing this, Mi-rai is quite surprised. Then Do-kyung asks her, do you have your school uniform? Because I have mine. Hearing this, Mi-rai says, will you also wear a uniform? To which Do-kyung says, yes, because you can't do it alone. Next, we see Mi-rai waiting for Kyung while wearing her school uniform. When Do-kyung comes in a school uniform, Mi-rai says, you look like a school model. So Do Kyung says, "You look very pretty too." Then both of them go to a restaurant together. And there, seeing Mirai eating the burger little by little, Do Kyung asks, "Don't you like burgers?" So Mirai says, "It's not like that. The burger is quite big." Then Do Kyung, turning his face to the other side, says, "Come on, I'm not looking at you. Eat the burger quickly." Then Mirai takes a very big bite of the burger, seeing which Do Kyung says, "You take such a big bite?" Mirai says, "Yes." So Do Kyung smiles and says, "You're so cute." On this, Mirai starts laughing. On the other hand, Do Kyung and Mirai go to see a movie. There, Mirai tells Do Kyung, "I'm not afraid of anyone." Do Kyung holds Mirai's hand, making Mirai quite nervous. So Do Kyung tells her, "You're not afraid of anyone, are you?" Hearing this, Mirai starts laughing. Meanwhile, Mirai and Do Kyung get very late while watching the movie. Their last bus also leaves. Do Kyung searches for a taxi, but all of them are unavailable. Then Mirai says, "Come on, let's go to my house." She calls her mom to pick them up. Then Mirai tells Do Kyung, "Mom and Dad have gone to their grandmother's house." Then both of them go to Mirai's house together. After giving Do Kyung snacks, Mirai goes to change her clothes. A little later, Do Kyung sees an old photo of Mirai, of her old face. Then Mirai comes back and tries to snatch the photo. Do Kyung doesn't give the photo, but finally, Mirai takes the photo using full force. Mirai asks, "If I still had my old face, would you still like me?" Do Kyung says, "Yes, because you are just you." He says, "But I still want to see that photo." Mirai says, "Okay, but I'll only show you the photo for 3 seconds." Then Mirai shows Do Kyung her photo. Do Kyung looks at it. Then Mirai quickly removes the photo. Mirai says, "If you still like me after seeing this photo, it means you really like me." Do Kyung then kisses Mirai. Mirai is shocked. In the next scene, both of them start feeling quite embarrassed. Then Mirai goes to sleep in her room, and Do Kyung sleeps on the sofa outside. Then Mirai's mother calls her phone. Her phone is outside, so Kyung goes to give her the phone. But Mirai is already fast asleep, so Do Kyung is forced to answer the call himself. When Mirai's mother sees Do Kyung, she is shocked and asks, "What are you doing there?" Do Kyung explains the whole situation to her. "We both came to see a movie. It got late, so we had to stay. Don't worry, Mirai is in her room." Mirai's mother asks, "But what is your relationship with my daughter?" Do Kyung says, "I am Mirai's boyfriend." Hearing this, Mirai's mother is first shocked, then happy too. She tells Mirai's father about it. The handsome boy we met, he is now Mirai's boyfriend. In the next scene, Mirai holds Do Kyung's hand and forcefully takes him to a restaurant. There is a birthday decoration for Do Kyung. Seeing this, Kyung is very happy and thanks Mirai. Then Mirai holds his hand. Do Kyung says, "Please don't clap here." But Mirai claps enthusiastically and wishes him a happy birthday and gives him a gift, a bone box. Do Kyung says thank you again. Mirai takes out a selfie stick and both of them click many pictures. Do Kyung says, "Before I didn't want to get married after seeing my parents, but now I want to." Then he kisses Mirai on her forehead. After that, Mirai also kisses him. And with this, the drama ends here.